Okay, so this is the 11-inch iPad Pro. It's got a liquid retina LED display with a resolution of 2388 by 1668, which means you're going to see blacks in deep black and colors are just going to pop out right at you. In fact, this is more than your standard resolution that you find on most other displays. So if you want something for your YouTube, for your Netflix, your videos, in fact, even for video editing, then this device screen is recommended. This also has a 120Hz refresh rate, which means this can load screens up to 120 frames per second. That makes for a delightful scrolling experience. You know, if you want to load your Instagram onto this and keep scrolling between posts, perfect. Twitter, perfect. In fact, even your games like, let's say, Fortnite or PUBG will give you a competitive advantage because of the 120Hz display. Definitely recommend for gamers. Right, let's move on to the Apple Pencil 2nd generation. It looks like a pencil, it feels like a pencil, it behaves more than like a pencil though. For instance, let's just try adjusting some strokes. So, of course, that response rate is really good. In fact, I've used a lot of styluses on a different set of devices. I must say this is one of the fastest responses I've ever gotten between when you actually draw the stroke and when it appears on screen. It's almost instantaneous. There is no lag. Again, switching between the pencil and eraser is seamless. Just double tap at the tip and voila, erasers.
So I've been using the iPad for 3 months now, and I'm not a heavy user. I use it moderately, like for my note taking and my sketching sometimes, and mostly for gaming. Like I do play PUBG on it. So I think it lasts me whole day practically. Yes, and I do take my notes with the pencil, so it's charging it wirelessly too. So it does a fair bit. I think I have no complaints whatsoever. So I do not have a lot of social media consumption on this because I don't use Facebook that often anyway, and I'm a heavy Instagram user. But then, as you see, Instagram is not very iPad friendly. We don't have a separate app, and the resolution sucks. So yeah, it's like a zoomed in version of Instagram, which I don't like. Thumbs down. Okay, so I also want to talk about the app that I actively use, which is Notability. I know people always go around and compare Notability with GoodNotes, but then I decided to go with Notability. I use the microphone recording within the app quite often, so I think it comes in really handy. Anyway, I'll just quickly show you some of the notes that I've taken. And maybe they're not as pretty looking as you probably thought, and I've seen other YouTube videos where notes are like really beautiful. But yeah, they're my own version of pretty and cool. So I love the fact that I can just browse easily while taking notes. So all I have to do is just like select stuff, just paste it, drag and drop, easy peasy. So who doesn't want to take notes like this? On and all, I'm really happy with my purchase, and I think I'd go back and buy another one if I had to. In fact, we are thinking to buy another one, but I don't think I can afford it right now. So, but yes, this is a really good buy, and I use it every single day. And yeah, I think if you are an Apple fan, or even if you're not, you should give this one a try if you can afford it, because it really does, like, this is one device you'll use every day if you're a tech savvy person, or if you're just taking notes, or if you just have any sort of video consumption, which I'm assuming you have. So yes, and oh yes, I forgot to talk to you about the engraving that I got. So nowadays Apple products come with this free engraving, and you can just get it done if you're ordering online because it's a manufactured thing and cannot be done at a store. So you just go right for it. It will just delay your the shipping process by a week or 2, maybe 3, but that's okay. And now I have my friend Alishan who will talk about the iPad from Android perspective, because he's been using Android for years and years, and I think he can give you a comparison sort of a thing. Let's see what he says.
Okay, thanks Megha. Yeah, well, she called me in to use and see how the iPad Pro feels. The display, oh my goodness, I love the display. I haven't used it much, just played a couple of games on it, tried to listen to a couple of audio tracks, felt how the Apple Pencil feels. Now I have my own stylus for my Windows device, but I still think this is a little bit faster because I didn't feel any lag, as we've demonstrated before. But I think I would get myself an iPad if I could afford it. It's just that, yeah, out of my price range. But if you can go for it, if you've been considering it, then nothing should hold you back because it will help you do what you wanted. The LiDAR sensor on the iPad Pro, that has piqued my curiosity. Because LiDAR is something that you see on like self-driving cars or like remote sensing, home appliances, security essentially. But to have it on an iPad is definitely remarkable. They're using it for AI. Let's see how it fares. Righto, so we are using a built-in app called Measure that's taking advantage of the LiDAR sensor. As you can see, we can use it to measure this box. It gave you the area and the dimensions of that box straight away. I didn't even have to trace it. That is the advantage of a LiDAR sensor. For example, let's say we want to measure this distance, 14 centimeters. There we go. And again, there's a rectangle, up, done. Yeah, so we might as well test the camera setup on the iPad Pro.